Welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast with your hosts Bill Algie, Dennis Talbot, and Alan Tate. We are three guys who have one thing in common, a love of rock and roll. Our goal is to talk about all things rock. We hope you find this show intriguing, funny, and occasionally highly opinionated. Enjoy! Welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast. We are on episode number 104, and today we're going to talk about things that are coming up in 2018 and things we would like to see come up in 2018. What you got, Bill?
Oh, dude.
By the way, folks, it's Saturday morning, and it's really early, and nobody's ready.
And it's cold.
It's really early for some of you guys. I've been up for freaking almost 2.5 hours.
And people don't realize it, too. It's been a brutal
I'm
start
sure
of a winter.
Everybody realizes that it's not just cold
I'm
here.
pretty sure the people listening to this show are all in the same neighborhood.
Probably.
I mean,
I'm tired of this shit. We had a really nice winter last year, though. We got spoiled last year. And this year's been, God, we've had a cold break that just won't
I talked to my friend Ted in Tampa, and I asked him what the temperature was, and he said it was 45. And I'm like, man, I bet it's like a madhouse down there. And he's like, they are fucking crazy.
I'll guarantee you.
He's from Michigan. He's from Michigan, so, I mean, the cold weather, of course he fled the cold weather. But,
Right.
He's been down there for like 8 years now, I guess, and 45 degrees. I think he's about half frozen.
Southern Texas, I got a friend who lives down there, and they've been in the 23s and stuff like that at night and stuff. Everybody's losing their minds.
Yeah,
they don't
my
know.
mom lives down there as well, so.
But no, it's been just, it's just nonstop brutal here. Oh, it's just terrible. I hate it. Come on, summer.
All right. So you were asking me, let's see. So what was the question?
Good morning, Bill.
What was the question? What am I looking forward to?
Yeah.
Oh.
What are you looking forward to, and what would you like to see?
Okay, so I wrote down a couple of things. Things I was looking forward to. Well, Alan posted the other day the new Judas Priest song from the new album, and man, I listened to that this morning. I hadn't had a chance to listen to it because I've had stuff going on and hadn't been alone enough by myself to listen to that because others in the house aren't really all that big of a Judas Priest fans. And so that's a great damn song. I mean, that sounded like that is back in the Screaming for Vengeance
exactly. That's
day
exactly
of Judas Priest. So I'm looking forward to that. The last album of theirs was okay, but for me it was just a little. I don't know. It was
dark.
It was too concept-y.
Yeah, that's it. That must be it. Because to me, it was just sounded like a big confusing mess, and I don't like that stuff. So
it was dark sounding, and like
what
you
you're
said,
saying is that was their Elder album.
Oh, I don't know if that was their Elder album because I don't.
I liked it. It wasn't that bad, but I like this new song. I'm with Bill.
I liked it a lot. So I'm looking forward to that because I know that I know that they're doing a tour to support it. So. It would be awesome if the three of us could get together to go to that tour and be.
Maybe we'll get a podcast together or something, and it won't take a year to get it started.
That'd be a great idea. That'd be awesome. So that's one of the things I'm really looking forward to. Alan and I have tickets to see Alice Cooper in March. I'm looking forward to that. I think that'll be cool.
I know about that.
We asked you and you didn't want to go
because it's on a weeknight.
It's a weeknight.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Okay. So those are a couple things that that I know for sure that I'm looking forward to. A couple other things that came up. I really started listening to the Struts a little bit more. I listened to them at work the other day, and I was like, damn. I had the chance to go see them in Indy probably a month ago, and they were up there. They did it was just them, and then they had some they were headliners, actually. It was a smaller show.
Well, and we're going to see them as an opener for Food, but they got canceled.
Yeah. And it got canceled. So I didn't go, and I thought, I don't know. And more I was listening to that, more I was like, damn, I should have went.
I'm going to have to check the Struts out then because I have heard several references from them. Not all good references, but I've heard several references.
No, I mean,
just in the past week or so.
We listened to them on the way down to Florida when we went down to Florida in last January, and I sat and listened to their whole album. Kelly and I both did it because I had bought it, and I love those guys. It's different. It's not. I mean, they've got some rockin' tunes, but
Yeah,
there's
it's
pop
different
in there too.
Yeah.
But it's very, very Queen-esque. I mean, you can hear Freddie and his vocals. There's some of their songs are kind of have a Queen kind of flair to them. I like them a lot. They're just not a straight out rock band, but they're good. They're a good band. I like them a lot.
Yeah, so I'd like to try to get to see them. I thought they were. I mean, because I listened to some of the album before they were here, and I kept hearing about them, and we were going to see them with the Foo, and I have as I listened to it, I was like, yeah, they're okay. I don't know that I go spend. And actually, it was $20. I mean, how cheap am I?
Should have went.
I don't know if I $20, but it was on a weeknight, and I was like, I don't know. And now that I listened to more of them, I'm like, damn, that'd have been $20 well spent, you moron. So I should have went. So hoping they will come back around. Another group I want to try to get to see this year, if I can, is the Dead Daisies. I missed them last year, and I missed them on the tour where they were opening for Kiss because of timing, just didn't work out. That's a band that I have liked. I think they have 3 albums out now, maybe 4, 3, but I've liked all of them. They have, I think the 4th one is a live album actually. And, I've listened to that too. So, I have all of them, and I like them. So I'd like to see them a lot. So, that's one of those bands that, for those of you that don't know about the Dead Daisies, they're, there's a name for it. I can't remember the exact name, but they change members quite a bit, right? So they're a super group, but you never know who's going to be in the group when, because it changes. I think right now John Corabi is the lead singer.
That's what I was going to ask you. Does any of the albums that they do have John on it, or is he so current that
the live album the last album they released, which was a live album, I believe is John Corabi.
That's John.
I believe that's right. Okay. I could be wrong, but I think it is. Okay. So it's really good. I mean, it's to me, and that's an album that to me the Dead Daisies are a pretty good mix of, like you were talking about, not pop but not heavy rock, but some just good melodic rock, and then they do a little bit of some ballady type of stuff, but it's just a really good mix. And I really like that band, so I want to get to see them. I was pretty pissed off I didn't get to go out. Didn't get to go to the what was it? The Kiss did the Veterans tour thing where they went to some smaller venues and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
They opened that Freedom to Rock tour, and they opened some of that tour, and I didn't get a chance to make it up there. Let's see what else I got. I have emailed our buddy, or tweeted our buddy Colin from Inglorious, and asked him when they're going to jump across the pond, because I'd really like to see those guys. Those are a couple albums I've got in the last couple of years that I really, really like their music and love to see them live. Our buddy Mitch LaFon posts a competing album thing every day. It just drives me crazy because sometimes I'm like, damn it, man. Could you have paired this one with something else that had been clearly obvious for me as opposed? But he paired Dokken the other day, Beast from the East with Scorpions, and man, to me it was Dokken with no question. And that album is incredible. It's a live album in case you haven't heard it. But I would love to see Dokken do that album live on a tour. It's a 30th anniversary this year. It'd be really cool. I know that probably will never happen. And I understand that there's a whole nother group of Dokken guys getting together to do some stuff without Don. And I think that will probably create a little bit of a problem at some point. And George Lynch and Don can't be in the same room with each other for longer than 15 minutes without killing each other. But that album is a great album. And, so I'm looking forward to the video coming out. There's a video, the live DVD should be coming out with when they did the reunion, and they did a couple of songs there. So that should be coming out. And then my buddy, our buddy Jeff Pilson, who we all think is awesome. Still like to have him on the show sometime. So I still got to work on that. But, he's going to be out with Foreigner. So I think that's this summer. So that's going to kind of create a little bit of a problem with that. So, but I would love to see that. I'd love to see Dokken back together. And then we've heard a rumor that Poison might be going on a tour. If that happens, I will definitely go to that. I like Poison, and people don't like them. A lot of people don't like them. To me, they're a good party band.
Exactly.
You go see them, and you're going there. To me, Poison is like the Jimmy Buffett of rock.
It is, really, to be honest.
Go and you get some drinks in you, and you just go and you have fun and you have a good time, and it's not heavy. It's all light.
Well,
It's just fun. So I like that. I like them, and I think they're really good musicians. I really do. I think CC DeVille's a great guitar player. I think Ricky Rocket's a great drummer. Bobby Doll's whatever.
Poison makes a good shed tour for the summers.
Yeah, they do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you bill them with a couple other bands that are in that. Poison, Jack Russell's Great White.
I look at them as another generation of REO Speedwagon kind of thing. REO's that 70s kind of thing. Poison is kind of the 80s version of REO. They had a ton of hits. Everybody knows their songs. And they're just a good party band. You get them with a couple other bands, and you got yourself a tour. So I've seen them with Dokken and Slaughter. Matter of fact, out at Mesker. Oh God, it's been how long's Mesker been down? So
I bet that was in the early 90s.
Yeah, because I had a 91 S10 pickup truck, so probably 94, maybe 93, 94, maybe.
Yeah, because I saw when I was still in Colorado at Red Rocks, Poison, Slaughter, and Bullet Boys.
Right.
I bet.
I saw.
And then it actually started to rain right when Poison was finishing up. It's kind of one of those things, the lights are shining, and and everybody's like, woohoo! Nobody cared. We had a lot of beer in us, and we were just having a good time. But it was a good show, though. I mean, I really liked that. Well, except for it was talking with Reb. Reb was in it though. Reb was tearing ass, and but it was still good.
Noah wants to see that show too, so it'll be fun to take him because he likes it too. So
I can find it when it come out because Dokken had just released Mattis Hatter when they came around because that song was fresh on the radio. Let me go ahead, Bill, and I'll butt in here in a minute.
And then my last big thing that I really would kind of like to see in 2018 is either an announcement or, the reality of a 2019 Kiss tour that is either with Bruce and Ace of some type. And then be done or whatever. Move to doing some club show, doing some shows in residency in Vegas again or something like that. But, I think Gene's hinted to that a couple of times that it's coming to it. It's going to start winding down, and it's not that I want them to do that. I don't really want them to leave because there'll be a void. And let's be honest, the three of us, I think, will miss that into the void.
Terrible song,
but really, I would like to. Yeah, but really, I would like to see that. I would like to see them end with something spectacular and not end with just kind of a crappy, shitty, same old kind of thing. So,
I think it's.
But that's kind of the things that.
Once you're done talking about that, I want to interject about that.
The microphone is yours, my friend.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm on the Metal Sludge message board, and of course it's Metal Sludge, and everybody busts each other's balls and all of that stuff. But there are a couple of people on there that do tend to have some, for the most part, accurate inside information, and they had posted that sometime maybe in late 2018, I think, that they're in talks about getting Ace back in the band, keeping Tommy and Eric, but having Ace come out for a few songs, and begrudgingly someone else in the band having them in as well. They haven't actually mentioned his name, but I'm pretty sure they're talking about bringing Peter Criss out for a couple of songs as well. Excuse me.
I don't care about that, really.
Though,
it's kind of funny. I really don't. That doesn't. I've seen that, and that doesn't interest me.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, seeing Peter back in there doesn't interest me because he couldn't do a whole tour. He's going to do one songs. But that doesn't. It's okay, but I definitely go. I'm not. I'm not going to sit here and say it won't. But that doesn't interest me as much as it would be to have, Ace and Tommy, because I think Tommy does fine, and then people that don't like get over it. And Bruce all together, and that'd be great. And them doing some songs together would be great.
I would like to even go so far as to see him let Vinny come back and do a few songs.
And
let him do his 15-minute guitar solo in the middle of All Hell's Breaking Loose or Give Me More or whichever one it was on the Lick It Up tour that ended up ultimately getting him fired.
So I'm wondering, when we go to Atlanta, is that when Vinny talks, when we go to the Q&A with Vinny, is that going to be the 15-minute pee break, or is it actually going to be talking?
An hour and 15-minute pee break.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm curious to hear what he has to say. I really do. I'm kind of really excited about this.
Would be cool to kind of hear him play though, but I don't want to hear him play.
I don't want to hear him play. I don't want to hear him play. I've heard him play. All right.
So that'd be cool, but I think they'll do something.
Yeah. Moving on from Kiss, Stray Cats are doing a reunion tour this year.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. Of course, my first concert, I was 17. That was in '87. So I think by then the Stray Cats had already probably broken up at least once. I don't know if they've ever done any reunion tours or anything like that, but I think that's something that I would really like to see.
Right.
So
That's cool. It's funny. I saw that was coming out, and then I saw at that record show was at a couple weeks ago. I saw like 3 or 4 Stray Cat albums, and I almost bought them. I was like, should probably buy these, but so, that'd be cool. I like Brian Setzer. I think he's cool. I think
I was going to ask,
that music is different, and
have either of y'all gone to see the Brian Setzer Orchestra?
I have not. I would like to though.
But I've heard that when he was doing the tour at Christmas, he was doing the Brian Setzer Orchestra Christmas tour. A buddy of mine has went, I don't know, 5 or 6 times. He said it's one of the best things he's ever seen. He said it's fun.
Yeah.
To me, really, the Stray Cats is fun music. I mean, Poison to me is fun. I mean, it's that kind of same thing. It's just fun music. It's not. I don't know. Does that make sense? Am I making sense at all?
Well,
go see Seether and Godsmack back to back together, and then ask them if it's fun music. It's not fun music. It's boring. It's boring and it's depressing. I want to leave. I want to be happy. I want to be upbeat and singing along. That doesn't do that for me. It makes me mad, pissed off, feel bad about myself.
You turn Metallica up really high when you're mad because it drives you.
No shit.
Yeah. The only other thing that I would like to bring up is Van Halen. I don't know if they're going to do anything this year, but there's, the rumor mill's always swirling around the Van Halen camp. Our friend Chris from Decibel Geek pointed out earlier this week that the Van Halen site went offline for a while. Let the rumor swirl begin. Well, the rumors, again on Metal Sludge, but the rumors were swirling that supposedly they're in talks with Michael Anthony to come back and do a tour. So
right.
I don't know.
You ain't going to see a Sammy deal. Sammy's not going to.
I don't know that you won't see a Sammy deal, because if you throw up enough dollar signs, I don't care how much money you made off of your tequila deal. You throw another $100 million on top of that. Hell yeah!
But Sammy talk. Go ahead.
Sammy's going to do it because he's mentioned 2 or 3 times. He's tried to.
I know, but
they have
he has
talked shit about each other.
Right.
I think the only 2 that have not talked shit about each other are the brothers.
Right.
Yeah, because our mom.
But I mean, he talked real. He was always like real. I'll give the olive branch to to Eddie. And we've talked, and it was always sounding real good. And then in the last 2 months, Sammy's come out 2-3 times and said, you know what, this shit ain't never gonna happen. Fucking, it's over. It ain't gonna happen. So I don't know. Sammy doesn't need the money. He doesn't need it at all. I mean, I don't think
it ain't about the money.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, really, for some of those guys, it's not about the money because they got plenty.
I think that train's already left the station, and it's done.
And I know that you guys are not so much Van Halen or Van Hagar fans, but you were an adult by the time Van Hagar rolled around. I was still a teenager, so those were big radio hits when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
I have no problem with Van Hagar.
The Van Hagar stuff is really good power pop. Even if you don't like it musically, it's good stuff. So I can see, because they filled arenas during the 5150 and the 80.
Oh hell yeah! I mean,
I can see wanting to go back out and fill those arenas again. I would, even if I didn't need the money. Of course, I do need the money. So hey, Eddie, hire me. I'll sing for you.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with that. I never saw Van Halen with David Lee Roth. I saw David Lee Roth.
Terrible.
I saw David Lee Roth solo, and it was awful.
I saw David Lee Roth Eat 'Em and Smile tour, and I thought it was pretty cool. But I just thought it was pretty cool because it was David Lee Roth and David Lee Roth and I mean, my God, the band was freaking awesome.
Right. Well, I seen Van
Well,
Halen
that
in the
was when it was still
'83.
with Steve Vai and
Billy
Greg
Sheehan
Bissonette
and
Billy
Greg
Sheehan.
Bissonette. Oh, it was phenomenal. And then I saw Van Halen later. So Van Halen with Sammy later, and actually and it wasn't the music that I didn't like about seeing Van Halen. It was the fact that Sammy just talked too much, changed clothes more times than Cher did when we saw her, which I thought was.
Did he change more than Rob Halford did?
Yeah. Really. The dude had. I'm like, stop. It was distracting. It was really weird. But the music sounded really good. So I'm not opposed to that. I'd go to that. If it was set up right and had the right opening band. But if they do a tour and they put, Bob's brothers from whatever as the opening band, I'm not going to go to that.
Yeah. I saw real quick Van Halen, in the '84 tour, right at the very end, right before they imploded, and you could tell the wheels were completely off that wagon at that point. Then I saw him again, when they reunited with David Lee Roth again, and that was right before Eddie went back to rehab that first time. I saw him up in Indy, and he looked like he, had just come off the crack, 3-day crack binge, and you could tell he was. You see Eddie now, and he looks healthy. Eddie looks. He got him a new set of teeth. He's got. No, he did. He got new teeth.
I know.
He got his. He looks his body. He looks healthy. He's gained weight. When I saw him in Indianapolis, dude, he had no shirt on. He was skin and bones, dude. You could tell he had the mush mouth going on real bad, and he was just tweaked. Just tweaked out hard. And I wished I could have seen him later in that tour when he after he got out of rehab and started getting his shit back together again. And like I said, now he looks good. He's playing good. He's done some interviews. He sounds coherent. He's like he's got his shit back together again. So it's too bad they can't do something now. I'd like to see it. Like Eddie would put on a better show.
Yeah, when I saw David Lee Roth, I'm pretty sure it was in '93. And my first sign that things were not going well.
That he showed up?
It was supposed to be Extreme Cinderella and David Lee Roth. But Extreme got pulled off of that tour because their album had blown up and they had their own headline tour. Mm-hmm. So it ended up being Cinderella and David Lee Roth. And Cinderella came out first, and they tore the roof off the place.
Right.
Then David Lee Roth come out. I don't know who was in the band. The band was good, but when he came out, I had never seen any live footage of Van Halen or anything like that, or any live David Lee Roth footage. But he talked all the songs. He never really sang. He had somebody carrying him around on a microphone with a saddle. And it was just, the whole crowd was just like, started chanting Cinderella, Cinderella. Bring Cinderella back out. It was terrible. We ended up leaving. We didn't even stick around for the rest of the show. It was terrible.
Yes, it's bad.
Or as Bill would say, horrible.
Horrible.
Horrible. Horrible. And that's all I've got to say about that.
That's all you got? Okay. Well, my turn. Well, I tell you what. I guess I got tidbits of a little bit of everything here. Nothing in order. Kiss. I would like to see something like you guys said. I think Kiss needs to do something this year. It needs to be done as soon as possible. Gene's got his little mini tour plus his, going out, handing out going to play Santa, giving all out of his $2,000 presents, And I know Paul's got some Soul Station stuff going on, but they need to get that shit going.
To Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first half of 2018. There's going to be no Kiss. There is no Kiss.
Yeah.
But I would like to see toward the end of the year, if we could have everything the way we wanted it, I'd like to see basically a major city tour with Kiss. And like you said, I'd like to see about the first half of it, just a good, solid Kiss show. Basically a lot of the classics and some of whatever. Then after that, kind of like an intermission, then I'd like to see Vinny brought out a couple songs, Bruce come out, a couple songs, then bring Ace and Peter out at the very end, playing along, and then do a couple of classic songs, and then at the end, every one of them on stage for the last song.
They could do Nothing to Lose and Rock and Roll All Night.
Exactly. That to me would just be, that would be, and that way you see the whole history, everybody who is living, dude, it would be a sold out phenomenal,
Well,
short tour,
while we're living in that wonderful fantasy world, why don't we start it out with Fraley's Comet opening up with
There you go.
Yep.
Todd Howarth and Richie Scarlett?
Yep.
I mean,
There you go.
if you're going to have the
Right.
ultimate Kiss fantasy, especially for us Ace fans, that right there would be it. Of course,
And
Triple Bill put the dives on the front.
I prefer the Todd Howarth era of the Fraley's Comet or the Ace Frehley Band or whichever one you want to call it.
Yeah.
Right.
So
But,
back to
yeah,
you, Dennis.
I think just having that, and then once that's over, you get that tour done. I mean, call it a fucking night. That's it. And if you guys want to do, Paul, you want to go back doing Soul Station again, go for it. Gene, you want to do your little mini tours, whatever. Take the rest of your lives and put together Kissology 4, 5, and 6. Whatever. You've got enough stuff to rehash and make enough money at the end. But I think they need to get it done and need to get it done soon and go out with everybody happy and don't shut one person out. Give everybody a couple songs and then be done. I think that would, because Peter can't play a whole show. Give them a couple songs, and even if they have to have Eric up there with them, do like the double drum like they did on.
That's what I was going to suggest.
Yeah, just do a double drum because Peter, they know, everybody knows, and Peter knows that he can't play that.
Or they could do. I don't remember what show it was. This has been 2 or 3 years ago. Paul McCartney was doing a show, and he had Ringo Starr come out on a drum set beside Paul's drummer, and you could tell that Ringo's drums weren't mic'd because he would be hitting cymbals, and you would never hear the cymbal hit.
Hey, Ringo showed up, though. That's all about it.
And that's what the fans wanted to see. They wanted to see them on stage together.
Yeah. So I would like
Grammys or something. I think I remember that. I remember seeing that.
But no, that's what I want to see from Kiss. I would love to see that. I just want to see a final. Let's get it taken care of. Do it classy, and just that it would be good. So that's it for Kiss for me. I would like to see. I'm looking forward to the new Priest, like you said. I think that's going to be a good album. I'm looking forward to the Dokken album. I think that's coming out later in the year, late summer. I guess they're going to be coming out. What I really like to see, I want to see that surprise band that comes out of nowhere, that just breaks out and just pulls the rug out from under me. Maybe be the start of that enema that we're talking about that we need to do.
The rock and roll enema the industry needs.
Somebody, some band, some that gets a break, gets something really good, gets a break, and just takes over. Like a Guns N' Roses did when they come out. Somebody come out of they didn't come out of nowhere because they were on the strip and all that, got there. But let's get somebody who's not got, and something just kind of different too. What I'm saying?
Guns N' Roses was different enough that they stood out because they didn't look like all the glam bands, but they had the music to back up.
Right.
I don't know what
I'm just ready for something different, and I hope and pray that we get that. Whoever you are, if you think you've got what it takes, God damn it,
get out there.
Get out there and do it.
but
put it on YouTube.
Okay, but what do you want? What do you mean different? Different than what? Different than what's? Because pop's always been there. It's always been there for years and years and years. Country's always been there for years and years and years. Only different rock band that's going to come to the top.
I tell you, the closest thing. Well, the closest thing I like like you when you mentioned earlier, the Struts. I kind of like that because they're not pigeonholed into one. I like Inglorious. I think they're great. They're a great guitar-driven band, but I can't. It sits there, and if you listen to like 2 albums straight, it's kind of like, okay, I got it. You put on that Struts album, and it goes a little here, it goes a little bit there. It never stays tracking on one kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And their next album may be something different. Bill, I honestly, I can't give you a definite answer of what I really want. Mm-hmm. It's just I want something to shake up the fucking industry. Something has to be different. Something has to be, I just want something different, and I'm hoping it will happen at some point. But I hope it happens this year. I wish
I think
could.
it's going to be a challenge, man. I think that is going to be such a challenge because, if it's a rock band, nobody plays new rock music. We had that discussion before, so I don't know where we're going to hear it at because,
and the thing too,
the stuff that's huge, the stuff that's huge, really truly huge. I mean, making money, big money, is pop, and that's what's controlled
by Live Nation and Clear Channel.
Absolutely. So I don't know how. I mean, I totally agree with you. 100%.
Right.
No questions asked. Agree. I just don't know how it's going to happen.
Well, the problem is everything is always on a level of opinion. So what you and I think and Alan thinks is going to be the new thing is it cleanses and makes everything great. Well, that's three people that are in their late 40s, early 50s.
Yep.
That's not what a 21-year-old wants to hear to change the world. So it's all an opinionated driven. It's what I want. What I want doesn't mean that it's going to be the most popular thing in the world. I just personally, on a personal level, would like to see something that's if you shake shit up,
Yeah, I agree. If you think about concerts, I mean, I'm sure we could go look at this, and had we known this discussion before, we could have looked at some of it. But
sure.
It'd be interesting to see back over the last 2 years, at least, what were the top 10 grossing tours in the last 2 years? Is it Pink and Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran, or is it, because when I think about the shows I went to last year, in the summer, I went to 5 or 6 shows, and I saw a lot of different stuff, and
but on a gross level, you can't.
The Train was almost sold out, which is a popish type band, in my opinion, but had a great time. The place was full. Really enjoyed it. Went to see Foreigner, which was a rock band that is, for all intents and purposes, hasn't put anything new out in quite a while. And the place was sold out. So how much more sold out can you get? But I agree. The change is more to me about, and I think you're getting there too, is just to make you excited about buying something new.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I just don't know how it gets there. I don't know how.
The problem is, though, you can't really base the success on a tour on just money, because look at Guns N' Roses. They've made $450 million. They're the fourth highest grossing concert tour ever right now, still having 18 more shows. But there again, you've got tickets that are base priced at $150. Train and Foreigner sell out too, but their tickets are $20. So you can't go. On
it's
gross.
Not about. I don't know about gross. I was talking about just sheer numbers. I was talking about butts in the seats, not.
But then you've got Foreigner playing Verizon, and then you've got Guns N' Roses playing downtown Nashville Stadium. They're playing these huge.
But the reality of that though is Foreigner can't do that.
No,
that's not. And Guns N' Roses can, so they're a bigger band than Foreigner. I mean, that's
true.
They're putting more butts in the seats. So,
but is it because
really,
But is it because they're?
And I don't know. Taylor Swift is not somebody I want to talk about, but she's doing a store. Right. Taylor Swift is doing a stadium tour,
right?
Not an arena tour. I mean, she's playing at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, and she's playing at Lucas Oil in Indianapolis, and she's not playing in, Conseco Fieldhouse and Ford Center and that stuff. That's not where she's playing.
Right.
So,
but I think too, though, the sales on Guns N' Roses tour is high, and they can fill stadiums because they haven't been on tour for 20 years.
Sure.
You don't get that many. Foreigners out every year. You can go see Foreigner 2-3 times a year, every year if you want to see him. Guns N' Roses, it's more of a nostalgia. It's like, hey man, I got to see him now because I may not ever see him again. I think that's why they're filling stadiums. If Foreigner only played once every 3 years, they might be able to fill a stadium. I don't know. That's just
I don't think so.
Anyway, we're getting way off track.
I love the band. It's a current incarnation, and I do. I've seen it. I've saw them twice. Already have my tickets for the summer, but
Right.
no, they couldn't fill that stadium. They couldn't, and that's just the way it is. I mean, not good, bad, or indifferent. It's just the way it is. But I think there's a lot of good stuff coming. It's just a matter of how it all works out and the timing. So, but we've got some cool stuff coming in 2018, right? So we got
Well, like I said, let me
Expo
finish up.
coming up in a couple of weeks, right?
What's that?
Yeah, the Expo coming up in a couple of weeks. We probably got some shows we'll see this summer. We got the Rock and Pod Expo 2.
Yeah.
We've seen a logo. Well, kind of a logo.
Well, anyway, let me
A
finish my
teaser.
thing, and we can do the rest of that. But no, I was just going to bring that up. That's one thing I was looking for this summer is actually in a couple of weeks we are going to go to the event events at Kiss Expo in Atlanta. So I'm looking forward to hanging out with you two dopes.
And
Plus,
no, people, we're not wearing matching shirts this time.
if it is, it's just by accident. It's
You
not
know,
on purpose.
It's not
That-
happening. It
that-
doesn't matter.
that,
Somebody comes downstairs with a shirt on that's the same as what I got on. I'm changing it.
that was so funny.
Not happening.
But anyway, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to, I think it's March. We're going to be, was it Styx and REO are coming into town. And one of our former guests, Mr. Rosner, he's giving me, he's going to have me come down there and show me around. So I'm going to see a little how a concert works from the back part. And I'm looking forward to that. Tim's, like I said, been pretty gracious about that. So I'm looking forward to that. I am looking forward to, like you said, the Rock and Pod Expo 2, if that happens. I think it's going to be good. Looking forward. Like I said, I'm hoping we get some shows. Fortunately for me, Evansville, they just, unless you're got wear tight pants and singing songs about your pickup truck, they don't get to Evansville very much. I am going to go see Foo Fighters in Nashville in May. I'm looking forward to that. Finally get to see that show. I don't know who their opener is right now currently. I know it's not the Struts. They lost them when they went overseas. So I'm curious to see who they're going to have. Hopefully have somebody decent. Trying to think what else shows. I think that's it for shows. That was it for Kiss. Like I said, that's my one wish is to see Kiss go out in a nice bang there.
Well, I
Real quick,
neglected to mention that I was going to see, Laura and I are going to Chicago to see the ELO concert. Jeff Lynne's ELO, to be more specific.
When is that again?
It's August the something-teenth.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hear.
It's after her birthday. I know that much. So.
Right. This is funny. I just want to bring this up real quick. This is how far out of the box I am, or in my box. There was some people posting. I think it was Mitch or somebody posted. There was the concert coming up. Oh shit! Did I just back on? I dropped it on my keyboard. My picture went off. Am I still up?
You never look better.
I don't know. Are you up?
Well, anyway, now that I can pronounce this right, because you don't want to know how I pronounced it earlier, but there is a indie band / kind of their own Rock on the Range for this type of music, but Coachella, and they've got the list here of all the people that are on there, and dude, I'm telling you what, I am so far. I mean, this is like reading something that's from Jupiter. I mean, other than Beyonce and Eminem, which are the two main peoples for that Saturday and Sunday night, the Friday night is SKA.
Ska.
I don't know. I have no idea. Jamiroquai was the only band on that whole list that I knew from that day that I bought a CD, like, was it 20 years ago? Because I had one song on it that was my wife liked. And it's probably never been played since then. But anyway, it's just amazing how many bands are going to be at this big festival and fans that are going to be there. It'll be a big deal. And I don't know any of these people. It makes me feel old. See,
bring up.
and so it's like, it's just really crazy how far off the grid I am in music. Pop is, the biggest selling thing now. And I don't know any of these people. I mean, actually, no, I did a Perfect Circle. I've heard of those guys. But anyway, it's just crazy.
Perfect Circle is going to be at Rocklahoma.
Oh, yeah, I think they're more of a rock
bring
band,
that
aren't
up.
they?
Thank you for.
Did they know that they're on this bill? They're like going, we don't know any of these people. We're not hanging out. But I mean, that's like a while ago before we got on. Bill was like going, name a Beyonce song. I can't do it. I'm sorry, I don't know one song by Beyonce. I mean, that's terrible. I mean,
Well, all the single ladies. Now you know one.
is that the one? What's the one about the the milkshakes in the backyard. Is that her?
No, that's not her.
That's not her.
Okay. See that? See that? How far?
That's by she's like this little girl who sings that or something like that.
I don't know. If it ain't Salt and Pepper, I don't know. That's about as new as I know. Push it.
That ain't right, man.
But anyway, yeah. I mean, that's how far in a box I've dug myself into. It's just retarded, and But anyway, and then the thing is, I listen to a lot of music. I just don't listen to that sort of music. But anyway, yeah, it's interesting to see these festivals, and I'd like to hit a big one. I'd like to hit that. Was it the M Festival? M2?
M3.
M3. Yeah.
I was actually looking at that, trying to figure out.
When is that? Is that an early?
It's usually in May or April.
Well, while Bill is looking at the M3 Festival, I'll talk a little bit about Rocklahoma.
You're going. You got tickets and everything, right?
Yeah, I have my tickets and my VIP pass, and I've put in my request for press credentials. So
There you go.
maybe this year I'll get Maybe I'll get to interview Lizzie Hale. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start.
You should call her. You met her. You should just give her a call.
I'm going to start about halfway from the bottom of this list and work my way up. Some of the
totally
bands,
just reading
New
and not
Year's
listening.
Day, Soil, Power Man 5000, Butcher Babies, Adelita's Way, 10 Years, Shaman's Fest, Lynch Mob,
Oh, I know.
Red Sun Rising, Andrew WK, Diamond Head, Candlebox, Yellow Wolf, Trivium, Pop Evil, Seven Dust, Tom Kiefer, Machine Gun Kelly, I Prevail, Under Oath, The Used, Clutch, Stone Temple Pilots, which I would like to interview their new singer, Vince Neil, that'll be fun, Hailstorm,
He'll
The
be
Cult,
back by the. He'll be back
Ghost.
by.
Hey.
Vince will be back by the catering truck.
Just wait till I'm done, because I got a little snark about that. Vince Neil, Hailstorm, The Cult, Ghost, Cheap Trick, Poison, Godsmack, and A Perfect Circle. Now, the first thing that I want to say
Who's the headliner?
It'll be Godsmack, Poison, and A Perfect Circle. I don't know which night which band will get, but the very top three are always the headliner each night.
Okay, gotcha.
But A Perfect Circle are notorious for kicking people out for using their phones, taking pictures,
Oh,
shooting
they're the
video or
ones.
whatever.
Okay.
I want to see, and I've said something to the festival organizers about this, because the Perfect Circle will kick people out of a show. How the fuck do you kick somebody out of a festival? This ain't your show. Stone
They're
Temple
gonna
Pilots,
shut
I don't know if they're going to do it their entire tour, but when they did that show down, I think it was at the Whiskey, when they introduced their new singer, but they had a ban on phones and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting to see if they try to keep people from using their phones during the shows, because I'll give them all a great big old finger.
Yep.
Being that it's a festival, I don't think they have any voice in that whatsoever. I mean,
That-
if it was their
that's
own
what
concert, that's a different
that's
thing.
what
but-
I figure, that part of the festival is you go by our rules, we don't go by yours. There are enough
Yeah.
people on tour right now that you can just keep on driving down the road.
Right.
But part of the VIP package that I purchase is you get free beer and free food. I mean, it's a good buffet. But I'm wondering if I'll run
Is
into
Ace Frehley on that tour?
I was going to say, I wonder if I'll
On
run
that
into
show?
Vince Neil in the buffet tent.
Oh no, you won't run into Vince Neil in the buffet. He is the buffet.
Is it Vince Neil approved?
Yeah.
This
This is where
It's Vince Neil's Rocklahoma buffet.
This is where we break out the Vince meal and the Motley Crue songs named after food.
There you go.
There you go.
Anyway.
Too
One
fast
other
for love.
request to next year. I got one more request for next year, and this is to the Grim Reaper. Take it easy on us this year.
I forgot.
know?
That's a good point.
It's
And
been-
as
you were-
always, the Rocklahoma is hosted by Eddie Trunk. So.
Right. But anyway,
And I
See Eddie
found
Trunk
out-
this next-
And I found out last year that the guy from Seether, I told y'all he kept bitching, calling Jesse James Dupree names and everything, is because Jesse James went over his set by 5 or 10 minutes or whatever, so Seether had to cut their set short. So that dude was having
that's a good thing.
that dude. Well, yeah, I thought they were a terrible band, but he was. I mean, between every song he had a hissy fit. It was funny.
So he was already 5 minutes late. And he's going to spend another 20 minutes
20 minutes bitching.
wasting bitching about you.
Yeah. So we're going to
smart.
play
So the
3
M3
songs, and I'm going to bitch for half an hour.
But anyway,
the M3 festival is May 4th and 5th,
man, I'd like to go to that.
and they don't have the dates up yet.
So what they've
I mean
got
the
is
tour up yet.
that week. I think they've got
That's
M3.
where-
The following week is Rock on the Range, and then the week after that is Rocklahoma. They do.
Where is the M3 at? Is it
It's out east,
Yeah,
right.
Isn't it like in
Maryland?
Boston or
Is it Maryland?
Maryland?
Boston
or
area.
somewhere?
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice to go up there and see that. I'd like to see that, but anyway, yeah, like I was saying though, Grim Reaper, you worked overtime last year.
No, 2016
Still
is the year he
takes it,
worked
man.
overtime.
Yeah, well, he didn't do too bad last year, so he needs to take a break. They'll take a holiday, leave a few of our guys around for another year so they can put out some music. But no, like I said, I really hope I'm really hoping for some. We need to, like I said, come on, Enema. We need bring it on.
No.
And like I said, if anybody's listening to this and is going to be at the Expo and Kiss Expo in Atlanta, look out for us. Be the 2 tall guys with the bald-headed shorter guy with us. And
Wow, that was hateful.
it's not hateful. It's just funny. And the guy looks real white. The white, really super white dude. And then a guy with a huge nose. See, I'm a geeky looking dude.
We probably ought to just go ahead and end this before somebody gets hurt.
All right,
But-
folks.
Since he already has break on his shirt, we can fix that for you.
Yeah, well, it says break a leg. He has
break a
no
leg, that's
idea. He has no idea. It's going to be difficult for you to drive back from Atlanta with a broken leg.
Just break my.
Sleep with-
We're breaking
with
your
one
gas
eye open.
pedal leg. We're breaking
No,
your
break
gas
my left
pedal
one.
leg. All right, folks. Catch us on agesofrock.com, Facebook, Twitter, Stitcher Radio, all of that good stuff. Till next week, peace out. Thanks for listening to the Ages of Rock podcast. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and most importantly, tell all your friends. Remember, you're never too old to rock. Until the next episode, peace out, folks.